Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and you are looking at an M53 stroke M55, the Tier 9 American SPG, and we're on the southwest spawn of Live Oaks. And the name of the driver, or commander I should say, is Gelloru. And battle is about to commence, so let's see how he gets on with this M55. I say it's the M55 and because it's got a big fat barrel. If it was a long thin one, it would be the 155mm gun, but this is the 8-inch howitzer. The big fat barrel is the 8-inch. He's also got a mark of excellence, so he's well practiced. He's initially aiming over at H0, which is actually quite a good place to start because the enemy do tend to scout up as far as the river and try and take the dip. They might go to these trees, so he's pre-aiming at the trees just in case one turns up. An AMX 1390 is just going up the rise now from the river. Now he might be able to spot them. Yes, there they are. And he's round out on the Skoda T50. So near miss, 97 hit points, 2 critical hits. He's relocating straight away. Going back there. There's a Wizzy 11114. 2/3 of the way through the load cycle. It does take a long time to load the 8-inch howitzer, but the results are much worth the wait. Almost there, rounds out. Boom, direct hit. 458 hit points, 2 critical hits. Yeah, it's a much bigger result there, you see, from the difference between a splash and a direct hit. The 155mm does fire very quickly, but it doesn't do quite as much damage. You can only get a maximum alpha roll of 700 off the 155, but off the 8-inch howitzer you can do a massive 1050 if you get a good strike. Rounds out on the concrete. He's indicating his target. That was a near miss, and that was 411 hit points. And critical hits as well. Now there's an FV215B, the heavy tank. He's just off to one side. He's making a bit of a pummeling as well. But Gelloru's actually been seeing this Jagdtiger sitting off to one side shooting, and he's indicating his target with his T key. Arrows will be appearing above that Jagdtiger. Ah, that was a near miss again. Unfortunately, that was RNG because he was perfectly lined up to hit that Jagdtiger. But unfortunately, RNG made the shell go elsewhere. Now, which one is he going to go for this time? 2/3 of the way through his load cycle. Now, the FV215B is the one that's most visible. And one most likely to remain visible. Just lining the shot up. No, he's decided to abandon that. He's going to go for the Fock 155, the tank destroyer. Instead, rounds out. I think it's going to miss. It did miss. It splashed, but it's 137 hit points, and he's picked up some stun assist as well. And he's made that Fock back off. Not very far though. Almost reloaded. The Jagdtiger has been taken out in the meanwhile by the T95, so that's a bonus. And that was shooting across the lake as well. Rounds out on the Fock. Direct hit. 203 hit points, 2 critical hits, and a good stun. And the Fock's been taken out, so he picks up the stun assist on top. Now the FV215B is being backed into the lake. He's really suffering. He's getting lots of hits, and he's been taken out. Okay, that means that Gelloru can turn his attention to the city which unfortunately his forces have lost, and there's a mouse that's just on the edge of the town, hiding behind the houses. Rounds out, and it backs away just at the right moment. All he did was get 3 critical hits, which probably have 3 incapacitations or track damage. But there's a T110E4 there, and it's sort of like halfway between the cap and the town, using that rise to shoot on Gelloru's team. So obviously he's going to take advantage of that, because whilst it's side onto him, it's very vulnerable if it gets hit by a round from the 8-inch howitzer. It's now facing almost his rear. No, it's now it's on his side. I fired that just a little too late. If he aimed ahead of where it was going to go. So the T110E4 has backed off, but he has been hit. And suffered considerable damage. Gelloru's going back to that mouse. It's almost through his life cycle. Runs out. That was the splash damage again, 115 hit points. Oh, the enemy M53-55 has been spotted. That's a priority target because they can do a lot of damage, as we're obviously seeing right now. And again, it looks like that's a 8-inch howitzer there. But that M53 knows he's been seen, he's moving. And he's already been suffering some damage, and he's got a stun now as well. Now, ideally, they need to deal with these tanks that are effectively defending their cap from the town. Because it's one way, actually, that the enemy can force Gelloru's team to suffer great losses trying to seize the cap when they're in the open. Okay, it's going after this bat chat. Oh no, that... Yeah, the problem of a ridgeline, if you actually just aim too far over the ridgeline, you'll miss the target altogether. It'll just go flying wild. So he's waiting for the reload to go through again. During these long reloads, you normally relocate to find a new position. There is only the M53-55 on the enemy team at the moment, so you're not likely to get too much counter battery. Okay, his rounds out on the mouse, but it hits the building, and all it does is stun the mouse. That T110E4 is making its way between the houses, but there's the mouse and the T30 as well between the houses, and they're firing on the defenders or the attackers on the cap. So if you could put some help here on that T30, that will certainly assist the team. And yes, he gets a massive strike there. 403 hit points, and the T30's been taken out, so he picks up stun assist as well. That's a really good help to his team. Right, now if you can do the same for the T110E4. Loaded, ready to shoot, but oh, now he can see the mouse. It's not dialed in fully yet, but that's the problem. He needs to get that dialed in to make it accurate. Rounds out. Arrives too late and hits the building. Right, now this T10 and the M53-55 was spotted in the city. Now that T10 is going to become visible to the E100. There he is. Full health, so really help the E100 and the T95 if Gelloru can put a shot into this T10. Rounds out. Bit late, I think. Yeah, it fell in front of the T10. He didn't anticipate the way that T10 was pulling back, but it's lost most of its hit points. He's only got 60 left now. Virtually nothing left. He's pulling back into the city, and we know the M53-55 was not far away, because he was last spotted just a short distance off. There he is! Okay, there's the M53, and he's got low health as well. I mean, it's a Bombardier's possible here. If he can put a shell in there, he can hit both of them at once. Rounds out. And he does! He gets the M53-55 and the T10 with one shot. That's a Bombardier. And that means there's only 2 tanks left on the enemy team, an E75 and a mouse. Right, the E75's been spotted. Right, he's using that building, but the mouse is a much bigger threat because he is almost 2/3 of his health still remaining. Rounds out, a bit late, but it does actually hit the side of the mouse. Only 24 hit points of damage, but it has put it on stun, and it's picked up some massive stun assist there. 781 hit points. Another big strike from the T95. And trying to get the next shot in to kill that mouse. Rounds out. Direct hit, 345, and the mouse is taken out. And that was the last enemy, because in the meantime the E75 was taken out. So let's have a look at the end of battle results. And it's an ace tanker for Gelloru in the M53, M55. He also picked up a bruiser medal for scoring at least 5 critical hits, module damages, or crew incapacitations. He got a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team, at least 6 tanks that were subsequently destroyed by members of his own team. And of course he picked up that Bombardier for taking out that T10 and the M53-55 with just 1 shell. So well done, Gelloru. If we have a look at the team scores, we can see that he came 4th on damage with 2,622 hit points. He came joint 3rd with 2 kills, and he collected base XP of 1,200 experience points. If we look at the detail report, he fired 18 rounds, he got 5 direct hits, 5 penetration and 12 splash. Damage of 2,622 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 2 of them. He got damage assistance of 318 hit points. He got stun assistance of 3,812 hit points, and he caused 15 stuns in total. That's so he hit sometimes he hit more of them than with 1 shot. He, on a premium account, he scored 63,237 credits. After deductions for ammunition, he took away 29,577 credits. He earned XP of 1,800 experience points, plus 270 for playing in a platoon. He took away 2,070 experience points in total. So well done, Gelloru. Nice total, good medals, and I hope you'll be doing that again very shortly. If you enjoyed this replay, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, because it really helps the members. And hopefully I will see you in the next replay.